seen it.
Yeah.
It was foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
It was some of my best stuff. No, I mean, I tell you, this game was eerily similar to the New Orleans game. You know, they shot the lights out in that first half, made 13 threes. I felt just like the New Orleans game, the way we closed that second quarter. Went into the break up by 1, and I didn't think we played very well, especially defensively. And then our guys came out in that third quarter, just like in that New Orleans game, and kind of took control of the game. And the second half, thank goodness, they only made 6 threes. So they're on their way to 26, which would have been obviously devastating for us. But the defense was a little bit better in that second half, 35 assists, gave them only 7 fast break points. And I thought we had a lot of guys step up. Nikola gets another triple-double. I thought Jamal was fantastic tonight. KCP, you know, every night what he's going to bring to the table, that guy is as solid of a pro as I've ever been around. So thankful that he's here. Michael Porter, once again, third game back, shoots lights out. But I thought the bench, man, I thought Christian Brown, he got defensive player of the game. That guy was really good for us. Bruce had his best game in a while, following up that last game against New Orleans where he didn't play his best. Zeke had some good possession. So I don't like the fact that 2 games in a row we have not gotten our defense into the game early. But thankfully we're able to in the second half and turn things around.
What's the key in those moments at the beginning of the game? Like the change, it happens with New Orleans, and now it happens today. So what do you think what is happening in the first quarter?
Yeah, I think in the New Orleans game, I think big part of that game was I didn't think our players really understood when you're playing a team that's lost 8 games in a row and their urgency is going to be through the roof. We just kind of showed up and they were ready to go. I felt like tonight, you know, they played last night, overtime loss on the road, and they came out and punched us in the mouth. And you're going to respond to that or you're not, and we did tonight. But we have been a very good first quarter team, obviously. But, you know, I think us and the Warriors are the 2 top first quarter scoring teams in the league. And you saw it tonight, 35 for them, 34 for us. But the three-point line, I mean, that is what allows us to be a much improved defensive team. And tonight, obviously, 19 made threes is not going to cut it, and we have to be a lot better. I was saving him. I didn't skip him. I was saving him.
What stands out about what he gave you tonight?
Thank you for bringing him up. Yes, I did. 17 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 7 of 10 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. It's funny. I did not know at shoot-around this morning that Aaron Gordon was not going to play. And I grabbed Vlaco to speak to him and say, listen, when Jeff was out for a month, you were in the rotation. You played well. You helped us win games. And as we worked Jeff back into the rotation, you haven't played as of late. I just want you to know, Vlaco, stay with me, stay ready, and most importantly, just know that I believe in you, I trust you, and I have confidence in you. So if I have to play you, I'll be excited about that because I know what you can do for this team. And sure enough, Aaron's not able to go because of that ankle sprain, and Vlaco goes out there and plays a very complete basketball game. He is trustworthy. He is skilled. He makes shots. He makes plays for his teammates. He competes. So happy for Vlaco, and just another example of being selfless. It's not about me, so don't be happy you're not playing, but just stay ready and use that frustration in a positive way. And he was fantastic.
You mentioned him staying ready. I mean, were you surprised there really didn't seem to be any rust in Vlaco's game tonight?
No, not at all. That guy is a worker. That guy stays with it. And that's been the case ever since Vlaco's been here, man. Like in the rotation, out of the rotation, inactive. Pre-practice, post-practice, he's getting his shots and he's getting his work in, and he just has a tremendous attitude. He truly is a we guy. He's not a me guy. He is a we guy, and that's what you need for guys, you know, on your roster, and that speaks to the culture that we've created in our 8 years. A very selfless locker room, and you know, we understand that can't play 17 guys, so cheer for the guys that are out there playing and stay ready for your opportunity.
Jamal played a lot of minutes in the third quarter, stayed out there, and then you got KCP with the bench unit. Was that, again, Jamal had it going? Was it just trying some different combinations out?
It was a combination of, you know, he got that third foul in that first half, so he didn't play extended minutes in the first half. He had it going, you know, around the 5-6 minute mark of that third quarter. There was a timeout. and he thought he was coming out. I said, no, man, you're hooping right now. You're going to stay in the game. And then that's a luxury that we have. Depending on the game, the flow of the game, you can keep Jamal and get KCP. So now you can put KCP back in there with Bruce and Christian and Jeff and Zeke. And that is a great defensive lineup. If first half we got Jamal out early, to bring him back with that second unit. So just the versatility, depending upon how the game is going, how Jamal is playing, and all the other things that go into it.
Is there anything specifically you read from the minutes of that bench unit that played together? Like, meaning like offensively, is there anything you saw that you liked, or defensively, or just getting a new look at a new lineup?
Yeah, I think, just the offense off of our defense. I mean, I think, when we have like guys like Christian and Bruce and KCP pressuring the ball, and you have the versatility that Zeke brings to the table, you can switch everything. And when you do that, he can guard the smalls, but also you got Christian, KCP, and Bruce who can battle the bigs down there, and you don't have to send help. So that's what I love about it. It's just the defensive versatility, and we are at our best, Adam, as you well know, when we can defend, we can rebound, and we can run. We're top 4 in fast break points per game this year. That was a point of emphasis, and we had 15 tonight, which is a little bit below our average, but not a bad number.
Michael, this might sound like a weird comparison, but in that third quarter, Jamal had 17, and the way he was moving around screens kind of reminded me of Steph. And I believe that Jamal has watched Steph before, watched film of him. Do you buy that at all? Do you think there's anything to the way that Jamal is moving tonight that reminds you of him?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Steph Curry is an all-time great player, arguably the greatest shooter to ever play. So for anybody, if you're going to try to emulate a player, he's a pretty good guy to try to emulate. Obviously, I want Jamal Murray to be the best Jamal Murray. But if you can steal some things from Steph, we all know the best thing that Steph Curry does to me is his movement without the ball. Like, we all know he can shoot the ball. We know he can dance and shoot from 35, 40 feet. But I learned back in CYO basketball, St. Agnes, Rockville Center, New York, the most dangerous guy on the court is the guy who just passed the ball, because this guy relaxes. And Steph has mastered that. Young kids should be watching that and saying, okay, it's not just about dribbling the air out of the ball. Pass, cut, move. And I think Jamal, as you see him getting healthier and stronger and more confident in his body and his knee, I think he's being a lot more aggressive in terms of running off those catch-and-shoot type actions. And the most important thing is, what I love, he was only 3-11 from 3 tonight, but he's shooting the ball. He's letting it go. Like, when Jamal Murray shoots that many threes over the last 5 years, I think a winning percentage is through the roof. So I love that he has a let-it-fly mentality right now. And I just want to say this. Before the game, I talked about Aaron Gordon not being an all-star. Jamal Murray also had an argument. I understand the coaches have a very tough job to do, but I felt bad when I left here pregame that I didn't say anything about Jamal Murray, because what he's gone through, what he's been through, and what he's meant to this team for us to be 22-6 in our last whatever game. So Jamal, his greatness is on full display, and I'm proud of him.
Hey, Coach, I know I may have missed it pregame, but can you just talk about you and your staff being an all-star weekend, and then maybe hopeful that AG or Jamal gets the late ad if there's an injury?
Well, starting with the second question first, if there are any replacement players due to injury, I think, I pray, I hope that we're given every consideration. I think it's wonderful that Nikola Jokic is going to represent the Denver Nuggets in All-Star Weekend. I think it's wonderful that Bones Highland is going to represent the Denver Nuggets in All-Star Weekend. It's an honor for me and our coaching staff to be there. But I want more company. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope should be in the three-point contest. The guy's second in the league in three-point shooting. We have the best record in the Western Conference, and that guy has missed maybe 2 games this whole season. If Zion can't play or somebody else can't play, if it's a big guy, give it to Aaron Gordon. If it's a small, give it to Jamal Murray. I think that is more than fair, considering the season that we're having and the seasons that those respective players are having as well.
Coach, thanks for the
Jamal, heard you tell Katie, in arena, this is the most confident you've ever been. How come? What goes into that?
I didn't know how to answer the question, so I just said yeah.
Didn't answer the question.
Well, then I didn't answer the question.
All right, then. Well, 17 in the third quarter. What did you find in the third quarter? I mean, just looking at you responding.
The basket.
You had 3 fouls in the first half, which resulted in you being on the bench. Second half, no fouls. Do you think your defense has improved since your comeback from your injury?
I guess I'm still trying to find it. I don't know if it's better or worse. I don't know. I just play the game. Try, I guess, to use my fouls better or use them more so that, prevent buckets, but I'm not focusing on it.
What worked in the second half?
Defensively or as a team?
Well, that prevented you from getting another foul, and then you stay in the game for those 17 seconds.
Just not fouling, showing my hands, and we did a lot of switching, so containing the basketball, not letting them get to the basket, stuff like that.
Walker was talking about how Malone does a great job of pulling guys to the side and making keeps communication open with them. You just won Coach of the Month. I was wondering if there's a couple of things you wanted to point to that make Michael Malone such a good head coach for this team.
Yeah, the things you just said, pulling guys to the side, keeping them confident, whether this guy's not playing or he's going to get a guy out, you got to tell him. Or, DeAndre's not playing, he lets him know, or, just down the line. So, yeah, he does a great job of just communicating to the guys and not being distant.
Jamal, you said before you consider yourself as good as the All-Stars in the game. When that announcement comes out before the game, is that in the back of your mind going into tonight when you're facing an All-Star and stuff?
No, I was just playing basketball.
I think you said this before, but just to clarify, have you studied Steph? Have you watched film of Steph, how he moves? The way you were moving tonight was reminiscent.
Yeah, I watched film of Steph.
What have you picked up when you're watching him?
Just how much he moves, especially when he passes it. He relocates to the corner with those rocket screens. We call them rocket screens. And those guys are looking, especially when Draymond's out there, they're looking for that. So it's a cool and quick way to get threes. And even when you give up the ball, he's still a threat. So it's just like when I hit Yoke and I give up the ball, I'm still a threat. So same thing.
Coach said KCP has installed a pro that he's been around. What has he done for this team? How's he taken you guys to this game level?
I compare him to Gary, like this. When they were both hooping at the same clip, both really into the ball. Both can shoot it. Don't do too much. Both like to go right. So. I say those are the vibes that I get when he's out there.
Malone said, go ahead.
I was just going to say, what's the personality like in the locker room around you guys?
We play a lot of Call of Duty. A lot of guys, actually, like 8 of us play together in a group. I'll be killing them. But yeah, he's a cool guy. He's just chill. He just goes with the flow, doesn't complain, just feeds off the guys and lets the game come to him.
Malone said that he likes it when you let it fly from 11 attempts per night.
I know.
The other night. Is there anything, the timing of the game, anything that allowed you to get more free throws?
No, no. I didn't make any tonight. But I guess when I have that space, just not hesitating, just pulling it, and the team believes in my shot, believe in me, so just staying confident, and pulling it.
Jamal, Vlaco was talking about everybody having their roles, especially somebody like him that may go a couple games without playing, then he's starting. Is this team different than some of the teams you've been on in terms of kind of top to bottom? Because he's like, all 17 guys aren't going to be happy, but because coach is straight up with them, that you guys are embracing, I guess, the times they don't even get to play.
Yeah, we're a championship team. So all that stuff of not being happy is got to go out the window, or else we're not going to win. So it's nice to have a coach that knows that and knows what we're trying to accomplish, and sometimes puts feelings aside and sometimes embraces them. So just got to know the time and place.
Jamal, you guys are shooting so well as a team this year around you and Paula. Have you noticed defense is playing you any different, giving you more space or anything like that?
Sorry, what's the first part of the question?
Just how well your teammates are shooting.
Yoke's bringing a lot of attention, and guys are feeding off that. And like I said, we're not hesitating. We're making teams pay from 3, and yeah, guys are shooting well. Everybody, CB coming to the game, not hesitating. You know, KCP is going to shoot the ball. Bruce is shooting the hell of it, and so yeah, it's tough when everybody else is shooting threes.
One more, Jamal, since the triple double as a Pacers, you've had a few games, or a lot of games, you're around 5 or 6 rebounds, 5, 6, 7, 8 assists. How important are those kind of things to get you playing with best basketball?
Yeah, I'd say the rebounding is probably the last part of my mental route. Yeah, it's just tough being in there when everybody's jumping high as hell, and I didn't leave the ground yet. You know, it's like, all right, okay, I'll just wait for the tip. You know, guys making shots, guys playing, have the ball in my hand a little more, being aggressive. Guys are bringing help when I drive, so I'm just finding guys, and guys are making shots. It's not rocket science. I think the way we're shooting the ball and the amount of drives and paint attacks we have, it just makes sense.
Does the Call of Duty chemistry translate?
Yeah, for sure.
The communication?
For sure.